Today we are going to learn how to solve proportions. Now, proportions are statements that show two ratios are equal. That means they are the same amount but different in size. Now, in a word problem, you can tell if it's a proportion usually if there are three numbers and they want you to find a fourth, and there's only two labels. So let's look at this problem. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 numbers, and they want us to find a fourth. And now let's look at the labels. So far, I see there's hours and miles. So only two labels. So to me, this looks like a proportion. Now, when you set up your proportion, you're going to put one ratio on the left and one ratio on the right, and make sure you have the same labels on the top and on the bottom. So let's write our proportion in the order that we read our problem. So it says Kaylee can run 3 miles, so I'll put miles on top, 3 miles in 10 hours. So this ratio would read for every 3 miles, 10 hours have passed. Now let's read on. How many miles? Don't know, so we're going to put an X for our variable, the unknown amount. How many miles can she run in 20 hours? Now again, remember, in a proportion, you need to have the same labels on the top and the same labels on the bottom, which we do. Let me add an S right here. Now we're ready to solve our proportion. Now to solve this proportion, what we need to do is cross multiply, and you always start with the variable. So what we're going to do is draw in arrows to help us out here. So again, we're going to start with our variable, which is right here. So 10 times x is just 10x. And 3 times 20 is 60. Now you can see we are left with an equation. The last thing we need to do right here is solve our equation. So remember, to isolate the variable and negate it by itself, you do the opposite operation. So instead of multiplying by 10, we will divide both sides by 10. And these guys will cancel each other out. And we get x equals, and 60 divided by 10 is 6. And 6 miles is our answer. But now what we need to do is check our answer to make sure we got it right. Now to check our answer, what we need to do is rewrite our proportion and substitute our answer for x. Now remember, our answer was 6. So let's put that right there. And what we need to do is cross multiply, and if we end up with the same numbers on both sides, we got the right answer. So 10 times 6 is 60, and 3 times 20 is 60. And as you can see, we have our ratios equal out. 60 equals 60. So our answer of 6 miles was correct.